Alright guys, welcome back to the middle of nowhere. I have an exciting announcement. So I've done a couple polls, like where you guys said you wanted to do a read along with me, which makes me super excited. I love reading books with people, love talking about them, seeing your thoughts at the same time I'm reading it. It doesn't mean we have to read it exactly the same pace, but we can still talk about it knowing we're all reading the same book, kind of going through that journey together. And so I'm kind of doing a dual video here because I'm going to talk about some books by the author of whose read along we're going to do, and then talk about the series that we're going to do the read along for. I've always loved joining in with read alongs, so super excited to kind of do one officially on the channel. I'm going to do my YouTube yabber jabber. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you enjoy what I'm doing. Helps me decide if I want to keep growing the channel. I'm still going to keep doing it. It's just how fast I upgrade my equipment and so on and so forth. That being said, let's get into it. So I put a few series out there that I want to read that I haven't read yet, or have read book one but not the whole series. But I really want to read. One of those was the Greatcoat series by Sebastian de Castell. I recently read The Malevolent Seven. You can see my thoughts on that one right up above in the cards. But I love that book and his writing style, and everybody told me if I loved that one that I'd probably love the Greatcoats, because that seems to be the big consensus that series is absolutely amazing. And so I really want to read that one sometime soon, but that one did not win. The next series that I put on there was the Alex Varus, I can't remember the exact name of it. I'll get you a picture of the series so you can see it. And I've just heard really good things. It's similar to Dresden in a way, but kind of that feel and go that route. And it just really interested me when I heard about it. So I wanted to give it a try. Figured maybe there's others out there that want to as well. And maybe that could be our buddy read. But it did not win. The other one is the author Drew Hayes of Super Powereds Year 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I know these get kind of big and that sort of thing, but I love the superhero, love the school idea. So definitely wanted to give him a shot. And thought, hey, everybody else kind of likes superheroes too. Who else wants to read this with me? And it did not win either. Then we come to R.J. Barker, who has probably been my most favorite author of the year so far. I've read a few of his books so far, especially in the past couple months, and I am continually blown away. And I know recently you just found out I'm going to be finishing up my first trilogy by him, which is the Wounded Kingdom trilogy. And I'll be finishing that during this month of July. But let's get into it. We're going to start talking about the Wounded Kingdom trilogy, what it is so far. This isn't the one we're going to be reading for the buddy read or the read along. But he has written an amazing story, starting with Age of Assassins, where you're introduced to the main character of Girton, who is an apprentice to the greatest assassin ever. I can't say a whole lot other than Girton has a club foot, and it's really interesting to see the way that the author creates tools and other things in order to make him become a master assassin. But they're hired to find another assassin and prevent the assassination of the king in waiting, basically. Very, very good, very interesting, love it. And then it immediately goes into Blood of Assassins, which you get to meet some of the characters that you met in book one. Still focuses on Girton, who is still an apprentice, but because of the results of book one, they're kind of in a different state of being, or not really in the assassin role, but still that master and apprentice type situation, and they're once again reintroduced into the kingdom. And a lot of events occur. I do not want to spoil them. And then this is the book I will be reading in the month of July, which is King of Assassins, which once again focuses on Girton and his friend as they try to become the High King, from what I understand. I haven't quite sunk my teeth into it yet, but I am really, really looking forward to it. Books 1 and 2 were both my books of the month. Let me know if you catch on to that little detail there. But excellent writing. Just immediately drawn into it. Love the world building. And he doesn't hold hands. That's the biggest thing that I will have to say about R.J. Barker is you're just kind of immediately thrown in. Like, you're not introduced to the world. You don't get a prologue or anything. You're just there. You're going. And it goes fast. Like, there's a prologue in the story, but it's more just like, and here we go. And it's not really a reference to back. It's just kind of, this is a snapshot of this character and what we're going to be doing. That was the first trilogy he wrote, I believe, as well. The next one, I just had the pleasure of doing the ARC reading. This one came out on June 27th, so just recently this week of the time of filming. And it is another one that just kind of blew me away. I will say it takes a little bit longer. It's a much slower paced. But once you read this book and finish this book, you will understand that pace is necessary. And the way that it refers back upon itself over and over again and drawing up to this wonderful climax, and chef's kiss. It is amazing. The more I've thought about it, I kind of did a buddy read with Esme. We both had the arc of it, so we read it during June. But the way that it was done and portrayed, probably one of his most immersive worlds yet. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and I loved it. That is Gods of the Wordwood. It is book 1 in his Forsaken trilogy. I know there was a pretty nice copy and edition on the Broken Binding. It is very hot tonight, and this book feels really good against my face. They looked absolutely amazing. I love having those special editions, but I love books so much I can't justify paying a much higher cost for a book that I've already read, or that I know I'll reread it. When I can get a paperback copy that I also love and be able to get a second book along with it. That's why I did not do the special edition of it, but still loved having this on my shelves. It is a masterpiece. I love this book as well. Look forward to where this trilogy is going to go, as it kind of blew me away with the ending. All right, now we're getting into it. I'm sure everybody knows. It's probably his most popular series so far. It was actually the first series that I heard about from him. I did read book 1 last year, but part of this read along, I am going to be rereading book 1, and then we'll read book 2 and 3 in the subsequent months. And that is the Boneships trilogy by R.J. Barker. I'm not going to say a whole lot about that. That's what the read along will be. But I invite everyone to come and join me with several others that are going to be reading it with me. But I know there's quite a few people that are in the Page Turner Discord in the Middle of Nowhere section that we've talked about this. And this is the series we're going to be reading. So I invite everybody to come and join us. We're going to be reading it starting in the month of August. You don't have to start it right at the beginning of August. Just any time that you can fit it into your schedule is great. But I do want to know, this is your chance to tell me, what would you like to hear from about me? Would you like live shows? Would you just like to know my thoughts and dedicated reviews for the books? Conversations with others? Sprints? Please let me know down in the comments down below. There will be a link to the Discord in the description box as well. But yeah, so we will be reading the Boneships in August. Call of the Boneships in September. And finishing up the trilogy, we'll be reading the Boneships Wake in October. fitting color for the month of October. And not quite orange, but nice yellow. But yeah, that is my big announcement for the read along with Jord. I look forward to it. Let me know if you guys are excited, if you want to join in. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Look forward to hearing from you. But until next time, guys, as always, happy reading and stay great.